All right, our next performer is John Michael Bond. John Michael Bond is a comic from Atlanta whose ties to Prince go back to grade school when at a dance the teachers weren't paying attention to the lyrical content of the music. John Michael Bond wishes he could pull off high heels, but it just doesn't work. His words, not my opinion. Prince remains a strong influence in his life, marriage, and relationship with his parents. Everyone, please give it up for John Michael Bond, Little Red Corvette.
I guess I should've known by the way you parked your car sideways it wouldn't last. See, you're the kind of person please making out once and love them and leave them fast. Well, I guess I must be dumb, cause you had pocket full of horses, Trojans and some of them used. But it was Saturday night, makes it alright, saying, baby, what you gotta lose? And honey, I said, little red Corvette, baby, you're much too fast. Oh, little red Corvette, you need a love that's gonna last. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up for your house band, Neutral Milk Hotel. All right. This is exciting. Prince was incredibly important to me growing up. Prince was incredibly important specifically to my sexual development. When I was 7 years old, I first saw the cover of Love Sexy. Yeah, and I saw this just naked person laying back on the clouds, leg raised to hide the mysterious genitalia. And I didn't know exactly what the fuck was going on, but I knew I wanted to kiss that mustached lady. That's for me, yeah. And I told my mother about it. I was like, she was like, do you have a crush on anyone at school? And I was like, I do not at all. I used to like Rachel Hoppy, but then I saw this. And my mother, now's a good time to tell you my father is a Baptist minister. My mother looked at Prince and then looked at me and was like, well, honey, that's a man. And I was like, oh, well, that's okay. I don't know what that means, but if it can look like that, she's like, well, you're a man. And I was like, oh, so can all men look like that? She's like, and my mom looked at me and went, no, only Prince. Now, for the era, that's pretty sexually progressive of my mom. She's just like, no, honey, you're never going to be that. You're raised Baptist. It's all casseroles. Yeah. My dad is a rock and roll preacher. Like, he would wear, like, cowboy boots and blue jeans on, like, the non-religious Sundays. Like, not Easter, you know, he'd wear a suit. But otherwise, he's a very chill preacher. He'd pay me all the hits, you know, Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Stones. When I was 8, he told me that Patti Smith was the only show he left where the men and the women wanted to sleep with the performer. And I was like, I don't know what that means. He was like, oh, fuck, and then, like, walked away. Like, because he was like, oh, no, I broke character. Yeah. And he liked Prince because I was too dumb to figure out that it was about fucking. So he would just play it constantly around the house. Until my brother, at the age of 12, my brother's 4 years older than me, discovered Rush Limbaugh and conservative Christian politics. And my brother made my dad burn his Prince albums in the front yard because he was a bad example for Christ. It's not. My brother's an asshole, but he's a great person now. But at the time, I was just like, woman, like, you're burning my girlfriend! And it got better. Like he discovered bourbon later, so he's cool now. But so I would sneak Prince albums, and fast forward a couple years to when I'm 16 years old, and I'm getting ready to make love for the first time. And I know I'm gonna make love that night because at 16 I knew how to schedule things. Cause yeah, I had left the back seat of a car with too much anticipation a few times, and I was like, can you just let me know when it's gonna? Thanks. Pro tip if you're 16 trying to lose your virginity, find a girl who's understanding of obsessive compulsive people. It's great. And the whole time I was getting ready, I was listening to 1999. I was like fucking getting sexy. I was like, yeah, this is the night. Yeah, because that's how white sexuality looks. And the whole drive with the girl to the makeout point where we were gonna make love, I was playing a mixed CD of pop punk love songs because I am a garbage human being. But it was cool because when we pulled in, I put in the only mixtape that mattered. I put in a fuck mix, which was literally just a store-bought copy of 1999. Because I didn't know anything about game or sexuality then, but I knew that Prince worked for me when I was 8, so it's gonna work now. And my girlfriend, I played it for like 2 minutes and we're making out and hands are under clothes, and then she just like, I'm really sorry, but could you put on our CD? And my girlfriend made me take out Prince and put in Real Big Fish's Turn the Radio Off. And I want to be very clear, in that moment, I knew she wasn't the one. But Prince never let, like, a girl not being the one stop him, so I lost my virginity. In the back of a little red Taurus. Anyway, yeah. And when I was done, I got out of the car and I took the condom off and I tied the end and I went into the woods and I threw it away. Just a terrible, soggy nut for some soon-to-be sad squirrel to discover. And I've said that out loud once and it's terrible every time. And that's the thing, like, I love that song, but revisiting that song as an adult, I discovered that line about, like, she had a pocket full of horses, Trojans, some of them used. And here's the thing, I now, as an adult, know that means she had empty condom wrappers in her pocket. But there have to be some high school kids who have reused condoms because of Prince. Just like, come on, babe. No, I know it's gross, but he fucks a lot. He knows what he's doing. Like, if you're a woman named Nikki with an I assume that's what happened when you were conceived. Too far? Okay. I don't know. Also, and here's the thing, like, I love this song. I've loved it for a long time, and I'll get off on this, but, well, that's what I said earlier in the story, but, sorry. There's this line at the end of the song that really bothered me today, and it was, you're gonna run your little red Corvette right into the ground. What's with the fucking slut-shaming, Prince? Like, I've listened to all of your albums. You have a parking garage full of little red Corvettes. She's just out there trying to experience the coked out 80s as best as she can and spreading a good experience across the world like margarine. That woman should be celebrated. So that's how I lost my virginity, and my mom still thinks I'm bisexual, so. She's right, but bye.
I never meant to cause you any sorrow. Never meant to cause you any pain.